Welcome back to the Raponomics podcast. We are here with the legendary Wendy Day.
The godmother.
Right. I'm Larry Miller.
I'm Shawna Reed.
Let's get into it.
I have the best team ever. I just have to tell you guys that. Like, you guys are just, you're awesome. But Kat, I'm sorry.
So today we're going to talk about kind of a new and old trend at the same time, which is
new and old. Yeah.
Which is investing in shares of music, I guess is the best way to kind of describe it. So to start off with, recently the SEC just declared that you can invest, you can buy royalty stock shares. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for, of a song. So the first one that was clear was Hit the Quan. So if you want to own a share of Hit the Quan, you can buy it for $16.
Wow. Okay.
And then trade it for a minimum of $20. So
that's actually kind of cool because it gives artists a way to fund music. Because remember, prior to that, it was just like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Like De La Soul did it. Right. Did you say TLC did it as well?
TLC did an album that way.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
They did. There's like a tier session. Like if you invest so much, you can get producer credit and, different levels like that.
Okay.
So how do the artist or the artist team just decide they want to participate in something like this? Like, how do they decide what songs and all that?
Is there an app for that?
Team? I don't know. I forgot the name of the company that's doing it, but Hit the Quan.
Yeah, that's
because that would make sense. Like, as a team, I could see us like sitting back and saying, okay, like this client is struggling with money right now, so rather than wait for the royalties to come in from the streaming sales, we could go and, like, I don't want to say auction off, that's not really the right word, but we could sell shares in one song, and that could fuel maybe 10 songs.
Right. Songvest is the company.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's doing the royalties.
Got it.
So,
do some research on Songvest.
Yeah. If Drake ever opened his up, I'm investing.
Oh, man. What?
Right.
The biggest Drake hater is going to invest.
Yeah, because it would be smart.
Yeah.
I would too. I'd invest in Kanye.
Yeah.
No bootlegs or anything.
But it's a good way for artists to get some cash real quick.
Soon.
And there's an upcoming artist with a song that might hit.
Right. It's better than a payday advance loan.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this. Do you think that, like, those of us inside the industry will have a better feel for it because we have access to tools to see, like, how the artist is doing and how their music has performed overall traditionally?
What do you mean, like, what song should go?
Well, no, like the artist, because if we're buying shares in if I'm buying shares in a company, I can look up the company and see how it's run and how profitable it's been, like, over the past 10 years. Like, I can go to their filings every year and see
and actually get a
feel for that company. But it's hard to do that with artists. Like, there's artists that are super famous, but they've never recouped, so they're not. For me, they wouldn't be a sound investment. And then there's artists that recoup easily, like an Eminem, who recoups really easily. That's kind of a no-brainer.
What about like a Dr. Dre when you invest and then the music never comes out?
For real. Well, he would get sued. Did
right.
TLC have that problem?
Yeah, it took forever for their album to come out. It took forever
for it to come out. I think people were, like, threatening to sue and stuff. But I don't remember the exact details.
Yeah, me neither.
I just remember people were disgruntled.
I just love how now it's so many different options and so many, like, new, not necessarily new companies, but we're learning all of these different ways to make money.
Yeah.
Imagine back in the 90s if we had this. I mean, there were Bowie bonds back in the 90s where David Bowie was selling shares of albums. And it worked really well. Like, it was very successful at the time, which is surprising because it was right as music was kind of taking a hit. But yeah, it's like a really great time to be an artist, right?
Right.
Because up until now, all you had, I call them the payday advance loan people. The people that will look at an artist's royalties and say, okay, we'll advance you, 6 times your royalties over the next 6 months or whatever.
And speaking of the Bowie bombs, aren't they like bringing that back or trying to bring something like that?
They're trying to bring that back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of suspected that this was coming because I'm watching all of these catalog publishers.
It's crazy
It's
right
just
now.
popping up.
Crazy. It's like 20 times value. And 2 years ago, I remember asking one of my friends, like, because I'm very anti co-publishing deals because I just don't want to see artists sell something I feel like they should own 100% themselves. I get why they do it. I'm just not a fan of it. But I remember always being told, hang on to your publishing. And I called one of my friends who's in publishing. I'm like, why are people like Fleetwood Mac and, you know, these huge artists with really deep and rich catalog, why are they doing these deals? And it's because they were getting, back in, 2 years ago or 3 years ago, they were getting 8 times value, which was a lot. Yeah. And they were doing deals. And now it's at like 20 times, and all these huge corporations, like Blackstone.
Venture capitalists.
Yes, Hypnosis. There are these companies that have billions of dollars to spend on music. And it's driving the value of music up, which is great for anybody that still owns a publishing.
So as an independent artist, is there a model for this type of investment?
Yes. I mean, when De La put themselves up on Kickstarter, that was to come out independently. That wasn't through Tommy Boy. Right. So, yes, I mean, as an independent artist, imagine if one of our clients said, okay, I have a good budget, but I don't have a great budget. Let's take one of my songs and let's figure out what the value of that one song is going to be. And let's say it's $100,000. Now I can sell shares in that song in order to pay for my TikTok campaign or my, whatever campaign, or recording a new album.
It reduces the need for an investor.
Yes. And that's the goal. I mean, that's what we as a company are trying to do. We're trying to go direct to artists. Most artists don't have money though. And I feel like the ones that do have the money, it's not necessarily based on talent, it's based on accessibility. I mean, how many great artists do you know that are super talented that don't have money?
Right.
There's so many, right?
So many.
So imagine if there was a way to invest in them and get them to the next level without having to depend on a record label.
Right.
And that is an artist-centric plug, ladies and gentlemen.
Without needing to be one.
Without needing to be one.
Yeah, without needing to be one.
Plug yourself on your own platform. I like it.
Right.
But we've seen it before, like if a rapper or an artist of any type has a ambition, they might go to their friends and ask them to kind of put in on the career.
True.
See if it goes somewhere. And I'm sure many friendships have been ruined.
I'll bet many friendships have been ruined over that. Because not only do they have to have the music, but they have to have the vision and the experience to take it to the next level. Like, most artists don't know where to spend the money even when they have it. Most people, not just artists, that's not an artist diss. It's like, if you don't do this for a living, you don't realize that it's not what it appears to be.
Right.
Like, you can't be sitting on the outside thinking it's easy and knowing what to do, because you're just going to lose a shit ton of money.
And it takes a long time for money to come in, too.
It does. And that's something nobody ever talks about, well, except us.
Yeah.
Nobody ever talks about that, because I don't know why, but they don't.
Well, the more revenue streams we can get in the industry, the better.
I agree. So are there any other places that you know of besides Songvest that we should be looking out for?
What was the one we...
There was one that reached out to me a couple weeks ago, wasn't there? I can't remember what they were called.
They're in your email, though.
They were in my email, yeah.
We'll have to make that a part of your newsletter.
We should. We should. We'll have to ask them first, because they made me sign an NDA.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a good thing I didn't just blurt out their name.
glad we didn't remember, and I ain't blurted it out.
Get the legal team on the phone.
But it is coming. Like, this, this whole invest in music thing at the granular level is coming.
Yep.
So get ready for it.
Yep. What do you guys think of NFTs?
I'm still confused. I can't wait for everyone in the office to know, so that they can give me the black and white.
Okay. We'll have to do let's do an episode on NFTs.
Yes.
and really break it down.
I think just from kind of watching people's reaction about it when they first started becoming a topic of conversation, everybody was excited about it and everybody's trying to figure it out. And then like the
excitement fizzled.
Yeah, the excitement fizzled as like the, you know, your
as reality
person
set in.
Yes.
didn't quite understand it. And
right.
it's hard to sell a non-tangible item to somebody
right.
and explain how it works and what's the benefit of it.
Right, that's true. Although Bitcoin is killing it.
Bitcoin is killing it.
It's higher today than it's ever been. It's at $66,000 a coin.
It's just like cryptocurrency. It's gonna take regular
it's gonna
people
take
100 years to figure it out. Same thing with the NFTs.
Right.
True. It's taken cryptocurrency since what, 2012?
Yeah.
It's taken a long time. That's a good point.
Yep.
But it's the future.
It is the future.
Yeah.
As are we. We are the future. We're a little bit ahead of the curve with what we're trying to do.
I'm running behind them, guys.
So you're in the curve.
I'm in there. I'm just in the back.
You're right in the way.
Wait, what about NFTs? Wait, Wendy.
That's so funny.
Larry, don't laugh me.
That's all right.
We will never leave you. We will never leave you.
I might leave you. I don't know.
So good.
Yeah, you might. You might. I won't leave you.
I won't leave Shawna.
No, I don't think you would either. I don't think you would either.
That's my manager sometimes.